Once upon a time, in a prosperous kingdom, there lived a wise king named Vikramaditya. He ruled with fairness, and his people loved him dearly. One day, a sage arrived at the palace with an unusual request. He asked the king to capture a mystical being named Vetal, who resided in an ancient banyan tree deep in the forest. King Vikramaditya bravely set out on his journey to capture Vetal, following the sage's instructions. After a long search, he finally found the ancient banyan tree where Vetal resided. Before Vikramaditya could hand Vetal over to the sage, the creature spoke. "Before you take me, I will tell you a story," Vetal said, his voice filled with mystery. Vetal's story began in a faraway kingdom, where a generous king gave gold to a poor man in need. But the king's chief minister, driven by greed, sought to manipulate the king into believing the man was deceiving him. The minister's jealousy grew, and he convinced the king that the poor man was not truly in need. The king, swayed by the minister's words, called the poor man back and demanded the return of the gold. The poor man, heartbroken, returned the gold. But soon, the king learned that the poor man had been truthful. The king felt immense regret for doubting him. As the story ended, Vetal asked King Vikramaditya, who was truly at fault in the story. The king replied wisely, it was the minister who was truly at fault. He allowed his greed to cloud his judgment, causing harm to the innocent. While the king was misled, but his heart remained kind. At once, Vetal escaped, returning to the banyan tree. The king had to chase after him once more. The story teaches that while rulers must always strive for fairness, the most dangerous influence comes from those who allow greed and selfishness to cloud their judgment. In the end, kindness and wisdom must guide decisions.